Hello and welcome to a new Scale 500 news video here on the channel. Last week I was able to break the news that we have a new player in the Scale 500 market with Aether models starting later this year with their first batch of models, and you guys have been very enthusiastic and welcoming. It has really been great to see the really positive response from the community. But today I would like to follow up a little bit on that and give you 5 facts that you did not yet know about Aether Model. Oh, and one thing that I should mention is that Aether Model is genuinely watching these videos very closely and monitoring all the comments and your feedback. So if you have any, write it down below, they will see it. So with that, once more, welcome to this new Scale 500 news video. The first fact was actually something that many of you asked about last week already under my news video and also in my live stream that I did on Instagram. But I couldn't really go into it so much because I wasn't quite sure if I was allowed to talk about it. But since then I've talked with the guys from Aether Model and they have confirmed it's no problem, we can disclose this. As you will probably already know is of course the fact that the models that Aether Model will be releasing are produced in China. That's not a secret, but many of you also wanted to know where the company itself is based, and that was something where I was a bit unsure. Can I tell you that or can I not? But as I said, I am allowed to do so. So yes, we can disclose that Aether Model is based in Beijing, China as well. So the company is based in China and the production is in China. The second thing I would like to show you is actually some close-up details of what the aircraft models will look like. Obviously, we don't yet have a sample model or any fully assembled model that is coming out of production. So for that, it is a bit too early, but we do have graphics. Now, last week I could already show you the graphics that show the entire aircraft, but we can go a bit closer and see many of these really lovely details that will be added to the print on all 3 aircraft. Obviously, the standard details will be the same. The difference will of course be the liveries. And as I could already mention last week is of course that the standard they're going for here is really the standard we have seen on JC Wings 7879 ANA standard livery aircraft model, which has a really lovely degree of detailing, and this is what they are aiming for with these models as well. And yeah, these technical close-up images I can show you. But there's a little bit more regarding the detailing, and that is the third fact I would like to give you. Because as there has also been a little bit talk about is how will the models actually look like in terms of antennas and sat domes. And also here I was a little bit vague because at least one of these 2 details I wasn't quite sure about just yet. Now I could already tell you that of course these models will not have physical antennas like the latest JC Wings models did have. The reason for that is simply because it would add quite a bit of cost in the production, and they'd rather focus on some other details on the plane models and then be able to sell them at the price that they are of course doing at around 32 euros. So no physical antennas, but that is of course indicated in print. Now the thing that is new here is the whole situation regarding sat domes. These models will not have sat domes, but the sat domes will be also indicated in print, as you can see right here. There are reasons for that. One of the reasons is that they're at the moment basically in between 2 thoughts. They can go either the way with prints, which they're doing currently, or they can go in the direction of physical sat dome detailing. The reason they haven't gone for that just yet is one, mold related, which I will go into later, but also because unfortunately at the moment it is like this, that there's of course a lot of variety with aircraft models. What sat domes are used, where are they placed, and that is something that the factory cannot quite accommodate, at least not for the moment. So if they're going for physical sat domes, we as collectors will have to live with certain inconsistencies in the degree of accuracy in terms of placement and size of set domes. So they prefer to have it as a print, but as they told me, they are very much open to listen to the community and hear what people have to say about it, how they feel about it, in terms of what direction they should go in the future. The fourth fact that we haven't really talked about yet with Aether Model is the whole topic of, well, what retailers will actually have them in store. I could report on the fact that they're of course trying to get as many retailers as possible, to reach as many collectors out there as possible, but there wasn't anything concrete just yet. Now I do have a list of the retailers that they are trying to get agreements with, but that's something I cannot disclose. But what I can disclose is some of the geographical locations and one store that has already been confirmed. And the first store that has been confirmed is in fact a Jumbolino model here in Europe. They will have Aether models in their portfolio, so that's really great news. There will of course also be other stores in the European Union and the UK that Aether Model would like to sell these models from. As I said, they are still in the process of sorting all that out, so there is nothing that can be fully confirmed here, but they are aiming for having more stores within the European Union and also the UK. Furthermore, there will also be stores in China and Hong Kong. There will be a store probably also in Russia, and they are also aiming for at least a store in Australia. However, as they told me, for some reasons models in Australia might arrive a bit later than in the rest of the world. Now, I haven't mentioned Africa, I haven't mentioned North or South America, and that is because these are territories where they currently will not be selling models directly from retailers. But that doesn't mean that if you are living in these areas of the world that you couldn't get your hands on these models, because of course the other retailers often do also have international shipping. So if you are living in an area where there is no retailer that has Aether models in their portfolio, then just look at some of the stores in the UK, EU, China, Hong Kong, Australia or Russia, and see if you cannot get it delivered from there. And now for the fifth and final fact about Aether Model that we haven't been able to reveal just yet, but can do so now. And that is going back to the topic of the molds. And also one of the reasons why the models as of yet do not have physical set domes. This was also something that was asked about quite a bit and that I couldn't really go into because I, again, wasn't quite sure if I was allowed to talk about it, but I have been given the green light. Yes, indeed, the molds that Aether Model is starting off with are inherited from Sky 500. And the 7879 mold of Sky 500 did not have physical set domes on them. This is something that can be modified in the future, but again, then we're back in the topic, should they do that and then live with the fact that these set domes might not always be 100% accurate, or should they go the path of having them just as printed details. But back to the molds. Yes, they have been inherited by Sky 500, a company that very occasionally, especially in the later years, gave us Scale 500 aircraft models. That brand ceased to exist sometime around the pandemic period, not related to the pandemic at all, but that was the time when they stopped operations, and these molds have been taken over by Aether Model. They are further developing these molds, they're improving on these molds, and they're of course also going forward developing completely new molds. So if you have concerns about certain things about Sky 500 molds, they are aware, and it is something they are working on to get us better models than what we have seen in the past. But those were the 5 facts about Aether models that you probably didn't know yet and that we hadn't disclosed yet. But now you know, now you are in the loop, and we can all continue with our excitement for what is to come in the very near future. What are your thoughts about these 5 facts? Let me know in the comments section below. And as always, if you like this type of content and would like to see more of it here on the channel, then be sure to leave a like. That really does help us out. And if you are new around here, you're always welcome to hit subscribe. With that, thanks so much for watching today's news video here on the channel. I'm checking out, and bye.